wa mi lẹ́gbẹ́.
ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa, ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
ẹni tó ti kú ó ní kò sí retí fún o láyé. adé àga ẹni tó ti kú ó ní kò sí retí fún o. àwa láyé àtúnwá láyé ìyìn ló yẹ ọba Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa ẹ bá wa mi lẹ́gbẹ́.
ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa, ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
ṣebí látọdún tó kọjá ìwọ ló pa wá mọ́ o, látọdún èsì ìwọ ló fún wa ṣe o. Noble People Radio la kọ́kọ́ fi bẹ̀rẹ̀, Noble People TV ti wọlé ó bá wa láyọ̀. Ọlọ́run ló fàdùn sáyé wa ẹ bá wa mi lẹ́gbẹ́.
ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa, ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
ṣebí bí ò sí tọlọ́run ọba asán lè níyàn, ìrànlọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú ènìyàn, ìyẹn lọ́lọ́run fi fàdùn sáyé wa kẹ́ bá wa mi lẹ́gbẹ́.
ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa, ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
Báyọ̀ Adé Àga aláṣẹ Noble People, Báyọ̀ Adé Àga aláṣẹ Noble Magazine, ènìyàn hàn ṣèbí tẹ́lẹ̀gàn lójú, Ọlọ́run ti gbé ẹlẹ́gẹ̀ẹ́ amọ̀niṣe ni, ọ̀tá ilé ọ̀tá òde wọn ti lọ sẹ́ńpẹ́, àní Ọlọ́run ló fàdùn sáyé rẹ̀ kó sábà mi lẹ́gbẹ́.
ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa, ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
torí bàbá ti ṣe ẹ́ lẹ́ni ayé mọ́.
Bàbá ṣe mí lẹ́ni ayé fẹ́.
Báyọ̀ Adé Àga bàbá ti ṣe ẹ́ lẹ́ni ayé mọ́.
Bàbá ṣe mí lẹ́ni ayé fẹ́.
orí burúkú ti dẹ̀yìn lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ òwò ti lọ, àṣeyẹrí ti dẹ̀yìn lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ òwò ti lọ, torí ìrókò tó bá gbà bọ̀ òde kíké la òde. àwọn ọ̀tá rẹ̀ bílà nígbà tí ò fọlọ́run ṣe bílà, òun ní yóò fẹ̀yìn tí kò jẹ́ kó jábọ́, ọ̀tá fẹ́ yọ ẹ́ ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run ni yóò gbà fún wọn, torí bàbá ti ṣe ẹ́ lẹ́ni ayé mọ́.
Bàbá ṣe mí lẹ́ni ayé fẹ́.
níyì Bright bàbá ti ṣe mí lẹ́ni ayé mọ́.
Bàbá ṣe mí lẹ́ni ayé fẹ́.
ọ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ wẹ́wẹ́ ló kó bàbá ẹ̀, alọ́gẹ̀dẹ̀ wẹ́wẹ́ ló kó bàbá ẹ̀. ọdọọdún ló ń so wéra kò fún ọmọ, ọdọọdún ló ń so wéra kò fún aya. ikú òjijì ò lẹ́nu níbẹ̀ ó máa ti yege, àṣírí ò lẹ́nu níbẹ̀ ó sì máa jẹun lọ. bàbá ti ṣe ẹ́ lẹ́ni ayé mọ́.
Bàbá ṣe mí lẹ́ni ayé fẹ́.
bàbá ló ṣe ẹ́ lẹ́ni ayé mọ́.
Bàbá ṣe mí lẹ́ni ayé fẹ́.
Wow, let's go there. www.noblepeoplemedia.org. So exciting. At Noble People Media Concepts, unveiling Noble People TV and Noble People Radio comes up on the 7th of May 2017. Let's go there.
ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ wá bá wa yọ̀, ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
Ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa, ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
àní ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ wá bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ wá bá wa yọ̀, Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa ẹ bá wa mi lẹ́gbẹ́.
Ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa, ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
ẹni tó ti kú ó ní kò sí retí fún o láyé. Adé Àga ẹni tó ti kú ó ní kò sí retí fún o. àwa láyé àtúnwá láyé ìyìn ló yẹ ọba Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa ẹ bá wa mi lẹ́gbẹ́.
Ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, Ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa, ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
ṣebí látọdún tó kọjá ìwọ ló pa wá mọ́ o, látọdún èsì ìwọ ló fún wa ṣe o. Noble People Radio la kọ́kọ́ fi bẹ̀rẹ̀, Noble People TV ti wọlé ó bá wa láyọ̀. ọlọ́run ló fàdùn sáyé wa ẹ bá wa mi lẹ́gbẹ́.
ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
ṣebí bí ò sí tọlọ́run ọba asán lè níyàn ìrànlọ́wọ́ ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú ènìyàn ìyẹn lọ́lọ́run fi fàdùn sáyé wa ẹ bá wa mi lẹ́gbẹ́.
ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
Báyọ̀ Adéàga aláṣẹ Noble People Báyọ̀ Adéàga aláṣẹ Noble Magazine ènìyàn hàn ṣèbí tẹ́lẹ̀gàn lójú ọlọ́run ti gbé ẹlẹ́gẹ̀ẹ́ amọ̀niṣe ni ọ̀tá ilé ọ̀tá òde wọn ti lọ sẹ́ńpẹ́ àní ọlọ́run ló fàdùn sáyé rẹ̀ kó sábà mi lẹ́gbẹ́.
ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ọlọ́run ti fàdùn sáyé wa ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
torí bàbá ti ṣe ẹ́ lẹ́ni ayé mọ́.
Bàbá ṣe mí lẹ́ni ayé fẹ́.
Báyọ̀ Adéàga bàbá ti ṣe ẹ́ lẹ́ni ayé mọ́.
Bàbá ṣe mí lẹ́ni ayé fẹ́.
orí burúkú ti dẹ̀yìn lẹ́yìn rẹ̀ òun ti.
Happy weekend to everyone, and we give glory to God for today, for keeping us alive. We cannot be here today. Let us give him praise. Where's my Bible? I want to come and give messages today. The Spirit of the Lord is in me. Father Lord, we bless your name as we start tonight. Come and be with us. Start before us and end before us in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. I want to make him right to better. Know me. Jesus dwells in me. So I just start, usually just start like that. But, you know, I always say to people, I don't mind to be corrected. If there's anything you see that I am doing on the program that you don't like or something you can advise me to change, please inbox me and tell me. And if there's something you want us to add on Noble Advert or you want to be seen on Noble TV, please let us know. You know, without you guys, we cannot be here. Please help me to share, help me to share, help me to share, help me to share. You know, I really appreciate when people share while I'm online so they can see that I'm live. You know, we are all live. I'm on live now. We are live and Kickeh. So please help me to share me to invite people. Today's topic, as usual, you know, my topic, we always learn one thing or the other. Thank you for people that always call me or inbox me to tell me how I'm doing on my program. People that are encouraging me on what I'm saying, that they like it and, you know, that they do learn from it. I do appreciate everyone who is watching me. I have my friend watching all the way from Nigeria. I have our mommy Adejesu Majemu Ayo. Good evening, ma. Ekwojometa. Congratulations on your launching album. We're sorry we couldn't be there. As usual, we had events. Congratulations, ma. I have my boss lady, as usual, Auntie Yetunde Oluyinka Okeshola, and I have Auntie Sheun Enyilojoluwa, sorry, Odebigi. Good evening. Our Mowanko, how are they doing? Welcome on board Noble Police. Thank you so much. Good evening. And I have Oluwayemisi, that's what I call her, Mary, all the way from Nigeria. How is the weather over there? I thought my boss was watching me. I saw a picture of him. Oh, and I have my big mommy, Auntie Ola Sophie Eshinlokun Sonny. I hope I got the name right. So the bank I want to Kisa. Please contact our lovely mommy Sheun. I said mommy Sheun. Ola Sophie. And I have my big brother watching me silently. I'm not going to mention his name until he says hi to me. Congratulations to you. You know who you are. And today's topic, I'm going to refer a little bit back to where I stopped, but that is not my topic today. My topic today is bad behaviors, not only in parents, but in children. You know, there's some things that we do that our children takes from us, you know. And before I start, please, I want to beg you, mommies and daddies, you know, in my son's newsletter today, the school newsletter, the letter. I saw that when they put there that please note parents, there is no phone in the school premises. And sometimes we do it forgetting that we're doing it. We'll be on the phone and we want to pick up our children from school. You know, we forget everything that is going on around. We're concentrating on the school. Even the teacher wants to talk to us. We're on the phone. We're just going. We pick up the kids. Boom. We take the kids. We go. We're still on the phone. Your child, your son, your daughter, you know, they try to communicate with you and say, Mommy, maybe they need something, maybe they forget something, maybe they want to say something, but we're too busy. That phone has distracted us already that we don't even know what's going on around us at that moment. So please, let's put it in mind. When you're going to pick up your children from school, try to leave the phone aside. Leave it in your bag. Please pick up your son, communicate with the teacher. I do communicate with the teacher in the school. I do ask them, how is Lagbaja Temedu? How did she do today? How was it, you know? But if you're on the phone, you forget that you want to do that. Let me quickly say hello to my big brother, Prince Ade. That's my one and only lovely brother that I resemble. It's the same formula and shape. And our smile is the same thing, just like this. Smile now, everybody. Thank you, Auntie Sharon, for writing that out. Yes, like I was saying, we get carried away on the phone when we're picking up our children. I think I've said it before a while ago. I have said it before. So I am advising again today, please, when you're picking up your children, it doesn't matter if they're under 5, even teenager, even at uni, don't get carried away with your phone on you while picking up your kids. They might have an important message that they want to pass to you, so try to listen to them. And you know, while you pick them up, from there start a conversation with them. How was school today? What did you do today? What did you eat today? How are your friends today? You know, so that the memory is still fresh while they're finishing school. They can communicate better with you then, rather than leaving it too late. Let me see why you're saying hello to Adena. You say hello to me. Auntie Kenny T, I am not talking to you. I'm on the program, but I will say it. I'm still waiting for my snail. You know I love food. I'm sorry. Let me continue on what I'm saying. Anyway, so please let us have that in mind. So, what exactly bad behavior? What is bad behavior? People online. What is bad behavior? I need to sneeze and it's not coming out. I'm so sorry. Maybe I should ask my boss to remove my... No, but I'm okay now. It's not coming. It's gone completely. You know when you want to sneeze, that tickle thing in your nose. I share sneeze, but I'm married. Sneezing, no, romantic. Sneezing, romance, one by me. Anyways, what is bad behavior? I'm asking people that are online, Don't mind my English, I am improving. Hey! My boss sat me there, he said, Kickeh, I said, yes. He said, remember when you started, you used to shoot it. I said, I still shoot it now. He said, but the shooting that you used to do compared to now, it's better. I said, that is, no wonder why my mark went up at uni. Anyway, what is bad behavior? FFO, food for food only, then you. That is not bad behavior. Loving food is bad behavior. Okay, I'll take that one. That is one of bad behavior. Anyway, bad behavior is something we do individually, you know, though there are some general I can't call it characteristics. That's it. Okay, finally I break the yoke. That's bad, like being egoistic, demonstrating disregarding towards other people, objects, and even when you write something and you cannot pronounce it. I am very bad at that, especially, I've said it before again, repeat prescription. It took me like 3 years to learn, seriously. It took me like 3 years to learn how to pronounce repeat prescription. I used to go to the GP and I used to just have that thing and I used to pronounce till I got it. Yeah, Auntie Kenny, I'm coming to meet you. One of our man is here, our chosen Ayofe. I call him that one. And Lelore to you. Ekushel. Oh, any language you speak, you spoke to me. I understand it. Even if it's Jamaican, it's fine. So guys, everybody online, my daddies, my mommies, my uncles, what is bad behavior? What are bad behavior? Kini bad behavior, sissy. What are the things that our children can be doing or we can be doing that our children can take from us? Okay, so you're not answering me. I know sometimes the system I might be on top of you. That's why I'm giving it a little bit gap. So what does it take to really change years of bad behaviors? Some of us actually accumulate so many bad behaviors, especially we parents. Especially drivers. Let me say drivers. Era one driver mi te ba fe turn ati gbagbera ati kowo bomu yaki. You know, things like that. You just and sometimes àwọn àgbàlagbà tá a bá lọ restaurant àìtí lè rí toothpick a máa fọwọ́ a máa dig ẹnu wa. Those are the things, you know. How can we change? Lying, picking of nose. I just said that. That is just disgusting. I remember the kids, they do this a lot, the kids. And this is, you know, I want to talk more of the kids, of the bad behavior, but I have to bring it out from the parents first, because it's what they see us doing that they do as well. You will see some children, they will just pick up their bogey in their nose and even drag it out. You know, we need to caution them and let them be aware that this is bad, this is not good. Stealing, killing, yes. Stealing, killing, I'm still coming there. Stealing, killing, what else? Oh, we have our Olori online. Our wifey, our noble wifey, Olori Ike Oluwatimileyin Falayi. Yeah, I got it. Yeah? We've got our Olori, please. Let us welcome our Olori. Okay. Can you yell at your son if he is, you know, if he has a bad behavior, or your daughter, why they have bad behavior? Is it good to yell at them? 30 years of bad behavior can never be changed. One can only try to suppress the behavior. It depends, though. Let me see. It depends. 30 years of bad behavior. Can I put that with the men? Can I put that with the men? It's men that have all those 30 years pile behavior. But I'm not gonna go deep. But then again, I can go deep because the boys can pick it up from their dad. You know, like wearing one boxers for 5 days. Your son can pick that from you. Daddy is not changing boxers. Thinking is a normal thing. They pick up that bad behavior as well from you. Am I right? Am I communicating with somebody? So those are the things that men can, you know, those 30 years of behavior, you know, it's mommies that train the kids, like the toilet training and things like that, mostly. So when they grow up and mommy is not encouraging them that when you go toilet, wash your hands. Those are mainly men. I'm sorry, your community will show, but women does it as well. You know, some women go toilet and they don't wash their hands. And these are the things that your children are picking from you. So all those 30 years of behavior that you are piling up, please, you can still change. Because if you don't change, remember, there's grandchildren coming. Keep grandchildren, mama, bad 30 years of bad behavior. Lara daddy. What else? Okay, I will always say eating fingernails. Sometimes I used to do it. I would not lie. It's a bad thing because you don't know what's in your nails, and you're just, and especially with our kids as well. Remember, we Nigerians, aluko dear, sorry to say, you will take your children's fingernails, right? Instead of you to use the nail cutter. So please, those are bad behaviors. Eating fingernails, and not only your own fingernails. You're teaching your children while you're doing that to them, using your own teeth. We are all guilty about it. Or mainly most mommies, we are guilty about that. You know, that was fish, that was she much. I'm a more, I'm a gauge, I'm about again with their mouth. I mean, with your own mouth. And they seeing that, and they think it's a normal thing. And when their own nails is grown as well, then we end up biting their nails themselves. And you don't know where their fingers has been. Fighting in public. That one is disgusting. I'm sorry to say. And this fighting in public has even become something that our youth has taken up from the adults. You know, this fighting in public, this youth gun, knife, whatever that is going on, this youth has actually, they've taken it from the adult. What is going on in the street with the adults? Because the adult has now passed it to them, and it's something that is going on now. So you can see that this is just disgusting, and it's a very bad one. Bad behavior, bad, lele. Some women does not have shame. I am sorry to say, you know, as I'm dishing it for men, I will dish it for women. But it does not exclude myself. This includes most of us. And itoba tabani, you know, there's some things we'll be talking about tonight that most of us, we do it, but sometimes we need to hear it in order to correct ourselves. Am I making sense? So fighting in public, please, let's try to avoid it, especially this social media thing that is going. I've said to myself, if anybody wants to fight me in public, I don't mind. I'll just kneel down. I'm not joking, no. Even at party, come and try it. I will do that. I'll be begging you, video me. I don't care. I've won. Because if you let it go viral, and people that is going viral to are saying that this lady you want to fight is newly danced. I don't want to fight you. I love fashion media. Sometimes I don't wear bra. I love show on you. Sometimes I don't wear anything. I love show nakedness. I'll just beg you, please don't fight me. So please, let's try to avoid that. Men as well, our daddy. Some of you think you're mighty ego because you can throw punches and all those. Your ego is all there. Like in connection ego. Don't go and try it. Never lo punch you because over lo that quick, over lo push straight. All right. Where am I? Olori said, Kudus, Iyelkomi Noble Police. You're very much welcome. Please, if you're just joining me, please do say hello. I do like people to say hi to me so that I can recognize their presence. I don't like calling people's name out without me getting the permission to do so. Chosen IFS says, first of all, we need to understand that behavior is a result of conditioning. In other words, we are conditioned to behave how we do by who raised us. Very well said, very well spoken, very well written, everything. Our brother used to write big grammar for me, and I don't understood it then. But now, like I said, I am improving. My English has improved. Even my boss, I told you, he didn't believe my English is getting better. And by God's grace, it will get better and better and better. And I will be flowing in the English that you do not even understood it. Okay. Oh, we've got Uncle Shakor Adex watching. Good evening, sir. Good evening. How are we doing? Okay, Yemisi says it goes both ways. Thank you, sir. Uncle Shakor said kudos to you. Thank you. Okay. Eating fingernails is on another level. Someone every day just won't mention their name. I will not mention their name. I think I have the clue, but please don't disgrace my uncle. Okay, we have Uncle Michael Ola watching. We have I've got my uncle watching, Uncle Ojuwon. Uncle Juwon is watching me. Good evening, sir. I salute you. I hail you. Wherever everybody are, I hail you. Mr. IFS says, all behaviors are learned, and the basic fact that all behaviors are learned simply implies that it can be unlearned, irrespective of how long we've been behaving like that. It just takes determination and dedication of becoming change you want to see. Very right, very right. And in that, I can refer back to what I said, was it 2 weeks ago? Yes, I can refer back to that. I did mention that some of us, you know, we've been in this country for so long, and some of us, we have the privilege to be okay in terms of having the normal documents that we acquire to have in this country, and some don't have that. And still, and yet, people that don't even have what it takes for them to be in this country, they are working so hard, they are living good life, they are doing well, and we that we have the opportunity to do all these things, we tend to misuse what we have by saying, oh, me ole shisha. I did mention, I'm not how can I put it, if you're a single parent and you have 3 kids, 4 kids, and you don't want to work, it's best known to you why you don't want to do it. I am not cussing you, I am not referring to you, I'm just talking about it. Fair enough if you have 1 or 2 reasons why you can't. I'm just encouraging that sometimes when we sit home and do nothing, our life just like a stagnant. We just stay there. We're not learning anything. We end doing things that we don't want to do, which is part of bad behavior. We end up probably people that love social media, and you're not working. Obviously, when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you probably do, go on social media, start posting rubbish and nonsense. I'm sorry to use that word. And people will be saying, actually, you only share it. Kini kan ló ń jókòó sí ojú Facebook, ojú Instagram, kini kan ló ń jókòó sí every time. But this is part of your own behavior of you just want to sit home, do nothing. You can make use of doing voluntary work. You can make use of extra class for your children, like teaching things while they're at school. Go on the internet, search for what your kids can learn from what you're researching, or try to read books. Try to get yourself occupied and busy in the house rather than just sitting there. It's what our uncle has said is it's determination and dedication. So like I said, if best reason known to you if you cannot work in this country. But if you are able to do so, rather than sitting on income that you're getting 60, 70 pounds a week, if you calculate that in a month is nothing, and you think you're better off not working. But I'll tell you something, if you're working in this country, they do let you meet the requirements. How can I put it? You are better off working than not working if you are able to work. Let me put it that way. So let that bad behavior of sitting home and not doing anything. And like I said, I'm on holiday now, and I said to my sister, this holiday, if I took home media, I will start doing rubbish and nonsense. But I've got that determination, like my brother said here, to not sit at home, do nothing. Where I used to do voluntary work, it's been closed, so I've applied for another one. Somebody told me, why does your man say voluntary work? They say voluntary work when they're not paying you. But to me, I am giving back to the community. Sometimes when you look at where you're coming from and where you are, there are some things you can do. And when we say charity, let me put it that way, you can do charity in any form, any way. It doesn't have to be money. So my own charity of giving back is doing voluntary work. Right? Let me move on. Please, if you're watching, say hello. Bathing in the market at midnight. Auntie Show, you are not nice. I am not going there at all. I don't like dealing with. I'm not into political matter. Come on, arrest me. Even though I'm not in uniform today. I'm actually wearing our clothes today, our office clothes. Noble People TV, Noble Media. So that's what I'm wearing today. So I don't know if where the loma wear ni oja abi loru where the loma wear loja Auntie Seun. Uncle Shako says mention name. Oh, please don't mention name here. I don't want anybody to attack me on the street. I do my own too, no problem. Uncle Ola say God bless you. God bless you too, sir. God bless you. They will all tọrọ lọ́wọ́ ọmọdé. Àgbà tí kò bá ṣiṣẹ́ nìyẹn àbí. Please, if you're just watching or if you're just joining, please say hi to me, say hello to me. I can see one of my runaway boyfriend that is watching me. My runaway boyfriend, I would call him Ekalesa. Behavior is a pattern too. A serial killer can't change. Also, a serial killer cannot change. Because he's used to killing and killing and killing and killing and killing. But please, how can it change? If you're just joining me, I'm asking today, what is bad behavior? What are bad behaviors? What are the things that we do that is not good that our children can learn from us? What are the things that we're doing that is bad that we do not want to transfer to our children? Let's remember these children learn from what we do. Right? They learn from what we do. I'm sorry, somebody is calling me. Please, I am online. If you're calling me, please do call me back later or join me on Facebook. Thank you. Okay. Why do children emulate their parents' bad behavior? Help me to answer. Liking our uncle is with me today. Our chosen and your fair is with me today. Let's do this together. I cannot do it alone. I've always said that. Why do children emulate their parents' bad behavior? I've said it. I've talked about it. I want you to say it as well. First of all, we need to understand that behavior is a result of condition. In other words, okay, I think I've read that. Okay, it's coming back. Sorry, that's right. So why do children emulate their parents' bad behavior? Okay, children live by the example that the parents set. Just like I've been saying, children live by the example that parents set. Why do children emulate their parents' bad behavior? Remember, I've said this, that our children learn from us. If you're a parent, if you're that kind of parent that you sit down, you pick your nose all the time, your little one is watching you, he will start picking his nose, you sit down, you're biting your nails. Some of us as parents, adults, as big as we are, like some of us is chewing gum, the old days from Nigeria, when you're eating chewing gum and it irritates people. I've got my big sister here, my auntie, my mommy, my mentor, my big colleague in the entertainment industry, Auntie Titi Podium Aboyade Cole. Please, let's welcome us. Let me to say welcome to her. Good evening, ma. God bless you, ma. Congratulations and happy anniversary for Podium School in Nigeria. Congratulations, ma. So why do children emulate their parents' bad behavior? It's not all children that emulate bad behavior from their parents. Yes, that is part of things that it's not all children that will be like us. Fine, but let's remember, whatever we do, they will still take one. If you're the kind of a woman that I cannot even pronounce promiscuous, and you have a girl in the house, or you have daughters, and you're one of those ladies that Orishirishi comes to your house, they see you with different men, they're learning that from you from young age. Like, they are allowed to do it. If my mom is doing it, they're allowed to do it as well. Good evening, Bami. Please don't let my tongue come out this night. So I told you my English is improving. When we have teachers online, we have lecturers online, we have PhD, everything online. Don't let them cap my English. Good evening. So things like that are bad behavior. If you think there's some things that what we as parents we do as well, that we think nobody can talk to us, we think nobody can tell us to stop doing it. We don't, those I don't care attitude, things like that. Another example, parents that like going to party, that all they know is going party. I've always talked about this party because party is the only thing most people, not only women, even men, is one of the things that they try to use against stress in life. Like, but it's not only, you can use some other therapy rather than just party every time. There's some other things you can do. Mostly on Friday, when we don't have events, What I do, I used to go to Obalende Suya when I'm going home. That's bad habit too, because I do it every Friday then. I used to go, it's bad habits. Yes, bad habits. I used to go there, buy suya, go home. If the mama shayo ni let me. But the children are watching as well, so it's bad behavior. But there's some other ways you can order pizza, you can order you can go and buy Nando's, and nowadays you can order anything you want from your house. Be it McDonald's, be it KFC. Have a good night with your family. It's weekend, so the children can go to bed late at weekend, right? So you can just enjoy the time with them rather than, because when they see mommy going out every day, mommy is never at home with them. It's bad behavior. Okay? Good evening, Omadele. Some parents teaches their children how to tell lies. They do. The way I want to get gbese, papa. Want to get gbese, wọ́n wá wọn lọlé. Ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn ọmọ mi ti dàgbà, wọ́n ti wọ́n pé ká ló Aunty Funke. I don't know if you can hear me, but that's the way they will sound, that they will tell the children to lie. Or maybe even when they go to school, something went wrong. Don't tell, especially you that smack your children. If you tell them at school, what to pass up with yes, even at church, people lie. And sometimes you say it's white lies. Those kind of lies that we used to cover. Lie is lie. There's no white lies. There's no black lies. Lies. Who is telling black? Who is telling white lies? Lies is lies. Yes, people do use their children to lie. And one thing is, let's stop all these lies of aramomi yani mo sheshe kinikon. When your children are well, please don't use those kind of lies of saying, no, seriously. I don't use my kids, but when I tell somebody, I think it was there, I don't even remember. One day I tell her something, I lost my bus pass or something, when I still have my bus pass. And actually, that's bus pass, you lose it, after that, after I've lied. So sometimes let's stop all these lies, it's bad behavior. Auntie Show says, Podium says, you are welcome to Noble TV. Everybody, you are welcome. I have Nadia Arise. Thank you for joining in. Happy birthday once again. Apple does not fall far from the tree. Mew. It is not understandable of that verb. And somebody translated the verb, apple does not fall far from the tree. Only apple, igi tó ti jábọ́ kò jìnnà sórí igi tó ti jábọ́. So it does not mean that you just pick apple and eat apple. MEC says, I believe bad behavior is a way of blaming others for one's failure. There is always a choice. Yes, that could be as well. Auntie Benny Abu, good evening. Thank you for joining. Please allow me to share. If you're just coming in, please say hello. Some women will sit their children down and mock their father to their face. Yes, some do that. Some do that out of anger, out of stress. But I want to say to you today, every one of us in this life, be it you're married or you're single, we are all going through one thing or the other. But if we can learn to compose ourselves, sometimes when these children are doing something wrong, try to remember when you're cursing their dad or their mom, it's going in their head, it's sticking there. You're saying to them, your father is useless, your father is this, your kinikon is that. Try to stop all this. Seriously, it does not worth it. And remember, you do not want to separate, no matter what he or she has done. No matter what. You do not want to separate your children from the father or the mother. This is bad behavior. Bad behavior, me. Sincerely, is bad behavior. I know some women that don't do it. It's bad behavior because none of us know the future. As we are telling them now, what about in the future? What about when that Baba Olori Buruku now come back? Or that Baba Olori Buruku is now even better off? Or is even would we that are saying to the child, your father Olori Buruku Kinikon, would you now go and beg? Would you now say sorry? So that's kind of bad behavior to me. It is a bad behavior. We need to change that attitude. Please, there's sometimes that things will even happen in your life that is happened for good, but you might see it as a bad thing. So please, let's bear that one in mind. Some parents teach the children to be greedy. How could they are greedy? Yes, some parents, Auntie Ishel, not that they teach their children to be greedy. Some parents are so greedy that their own children are even greedier than them. Therefore, when you yourself, you have food, and one of the visitors is coming, our visitor is coming to your house. You look at that food, you not go and keep it somewhere. Or you have so many things in your hands. This has actually happened to me. And that friend to today, seriously, I don't hate her, but I put her in a place. I can never forget her, even if she's watching, she will know I'm talking about her right now. She had 3 cribs, plantain cribs. I can never forget. I always use her as an example of why sometimes I am greedy myself. Because I am very open-minded and I give. If somebody could have done that to me, seriously, that day, it pains me so much that she changed me a little bit. I was like, she had 3 different plantain cribs in a bag. And I asked her for one. You know what she did? That one she opened, she shared it between me and her, and she's got 2 left. So she had 2 and half, me I have to have. That is greediness and bad behavior, very bad behavior. And sometimes we have money in our hands, and we kept it. We don't want that person to know we have, and we want to collect from another person. That's greediness, and that is bad behavior. Sometimes, like me, I always use myself as an example. Seriously, it's part of greediness. I will want myself, Kickeh, to buy a party, when I get there and I see nice food, I will get up and go and get it. It's part of greediness. It's part of controlling yourself. It's part of determination. And that is bad behavior. If you cannot control yourself, it's bad behavior. When you say to yourself, I am not doing, when you try to discipline yourself, and you cannot control it yourself, that, okay, I'm sticking to it. And you cannot do it. It's bad behavior. Okay. Women are the architect. His pronunciation is very well. Please give me small English. Women are the architect of running their children's life due to their bad behavior, because men are not always around their home to caution the act. Okay, Mr. Diaga, why is the man not at home to caution the kids as well? In that one, I can support in a little bit that yes, women are the one that looks after the house, but it takes 2 to tango. Mommy and daddy supposed to be doing the job together no matter what. So men, stop putting the blame and say because you to be around your children to discipline your children. So that is bad behavior. If you're leaving your children and letting only the wife deal with the children, you need to create time as well. Job. Most times we are saying job. We are working because of children. I'm always saying to people that say that, stop saying that. You are working for yourself. You are working for that clothes, that top, nice fitted shirt, 6-pack of my boss that he wants to wear. You are working because of that, not because of the children. And you parents, you are working because of that party clothes you want to buy at Shoebi, not because of the children. So that is bad behavior. When you're saying you're saving and you're saving and you're saving, and party come now, you now take that money that you're saving when your children are asking you for money. That is bad behavior. So let me go to my lovely Auntie Shem says some men, women versus men, the right is referring to the men and both refer to the women. Some men teach the children how to take stuff from different people. Can you elaborate or expatiate on that one a little bit? Is that like Kamafewo? How to take stuff from different people. Some men teach the children how to take stuff from the children. Please explain more on that, please. Some women will not. Some women will not have their baths for days. This is one of the top bad behavior. Should I sit public to kind of talk about this one? Please, if you're just coming in, please help me to share. Say hello to me so that I can recognize your presence. You can share while I'm on live so that people can come in and watch. We can all learn one or two things from my program. I like to discuss things that are going on around us, and especially I have a big interest on children. Okay, some women will not have the bath for days. Ha! In fact, it got bad. That is big top bad behavior. Remember, as the woman, right? Our down there is different from men. We have men, I'm coming to you. Let me give it to the woman first. Let's try to wake, especially we parents that we do the school run, right? We do the school run. Maybe you're starting work after the school run. The first thing you need to try to do is bath before you wake the children up. We need to make sacrifices, in life. And remember, when you don't bath, there's no how. When you go out, people will smell it. People will smell it. I've been picked up by a friend car. Maybe that morning she was not expecting to even carry anybody. She came to drop the kids at school, and I was going. She picked me, and as soon as I got into the car, damn, I had to wind down. She knew that there was something going on, and this is due to she didn't bath. That's pure no. I know that she didn't bath. She didn't even clean up or do anything. Maybe she was rushing. She just take the kids, enter the car. Where there's the shade to be done in or just that smell was powerful. This is bad behavior, and the children can pick this from us, especially when they're on holiday and they notice that my mom has not bathed for 3 days, and they think it's okay not to bath for 3 days. It's okay not to bath for 4 days. Remember, sometimes we cannot smell ourselves. Yes, am I right? We cannot smell ourselves. We only smell ourselves that the smell is okay. But other people are smelling different things that we are smelling, especially our breath. And once in a while, if my sister is watching, she will tell you, I'll do but because I want to know, it's bad behavior for me to be doing to somebody, even with my kids. I do that to Diamond. I said, Diamond, come and smell my mouth. Is it smelling? But sometimes we have some bad behavior of you. Even when you want to go out, brush your teeth. So this day that I'm talking about, I bet the woman did not even do none of this. Brush your teeth, try to tidy up. Don't stay in the house for 5 days without bathing. That is pure bad behavior. It's not nice, it's not good. Yeah, Mrs. says, Mr. Diaga, kilo berry chef for you. Just to talk my own, no, it's not my obsession. Good evening, thank you for joining. If you're just watching, please say hello. Okay, where am I? What causes students bad behavior? Now I'm moving to students. Students, for us that have children at school, even ourselves, what causes students bad behavior? Let's talk together, let's reason together. What causes students bad behavior? So I'm waiting for that answer while I read comment from Mr. Adeaga. Some women are not sexy during the bedtime. They will wear jalabia from January to December. I don't know which country they are in, because summertime they might change, but if you say like maybe January and December time, they can wear jalabia because it's cold. Winter time, they just, it's even better. They will probably not wearing anything under. So they are sexy. If you're referring to that one, January and December, a woman wearing jalabia, that is sexy because they're probably not wearing anything. And by the time they take it off for you, we're talking about behavior that our children are taking now. By the time that you take it off, there's it's even you that will grab them and say, come here. But summertime, please. I don't know, maybe that person is always cold during all the season, at the winter, and sometimes we have see-through jalabia, see-through, long one is see-through, so it's sexy. Okay, Auntie Shen says, some people will feed the toilet and they will not clean up the mouth, or will fill the toilet. And Auntie Shen, I don't know if you are brushing your teeth inside the toilet too. But me, I do it in the sink. And yes, it's disgusting when you brush your teeth and you left all the toothpaste, all the pop that you're doing in the sink and you're not cleaning it, the next person that is coming would, oh, that's bad behavior. And our children, they do this. The children do this a lot. So I don't know if the children, maybe when they go to the bathroom to see the children to do it, the parents do it, they think, oh, it's normal to leave it like that. Yes, many times I've sent back my children to go and clean that sink job. So we need to stop them. If children do it most of the time, they do it mostly. So if they are doing it, let's encourage them. Let them know that this is bad behavior. It's not nice, especially men. Men. We need. Men has. Sorry, I'm giving it to men. Maybe that's why Mr. Diaga is giving it back. Men. Okay, let me put it this way. If you agree with me that men has the most bad behavior ever than women, please state in your comments. If you agree that ọkùnrin ló ní bad behavior in every way, in every angle, in everything, name it, hygiene. No, I will not say hygiene. Some men are so clean. I'm not gonna go there. Some men are so clean, but men still, they have the baddest bad behavior. Right? If you agree with me, say yes. Good evening. If you're just joining, please say hi. Let me recognize your present. And just show you said no. Okay. This is Ankara Jalabia made in Nigeria. We are in Nigeria. Maybe the person just came back from Nigeria. Okay, Auntie Shem agree with me that men has the most baddest, longest behavior. Oh gosh, when women fart here now, you will run commerce. That is a big lie. I'm gonna say that. That is a big lie. Some men can fart for the word. Okay, this is not a topic between men and women, but it's part of it because we have children. We have male, we have female children, right? And okay, let me take it back. I'll say some women are very wicked in farting. Let me invite somebody that is good at farting. Hold on, I want to invite someone. She will kill me if I invite her on the show. But I do know somebody that can fart from morning to morning. And seriously, that's bad behavior, right? You agree with me? And a daughter has actually taken it from her. So we can see how bad behavior works. I wish she's watching, but I know she will watch later, This is so bad. Very, 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 very bad. Seriously. This is true life story. I am not joking about this. She can fart from morning to the next morning. And now our own daughter has carried that farting. You can see that bad behavior, like they said, our children can take it from us. But it's determination of when somebody is trying to correct you and tell you this is not good. And you yourself, it's not good. And you try to take it, stop that. Rather than continue to do it. Uncle Oladapo Olatunde said never and never. Please, can you explain that never and never, please? I know I've said something that you're probably answering to say never and never. Please, can you enlighten me more on it, please? Thank you. And some men, you saw Okuno, you saw Brimano, but you saw Okuno, it's louder than bomb. It's really loud. Even our children are taking that, which is that's bad behavior. Where am I? Some women will fart and pretend as if nothing happened. That means that woman is shy. But you can never hear me fart though. This is even honest. You can never hear me fart. And if I mistakenly fart, you cannot smell it still. You see how good my own body is, but it's not good. That's bad behavior because fart is natural and you're meant to be farting. The kind of fart ahead. I will go to bad behavior with this farting. For people that goes to party and farts in the midst of that is totally bad and unacceptable. Please, when you know yourself as somebody that's, when you drop it in the midst, and those are the baddest one and the baddest behavior, because some of you liked it. You can see that it's bad behavior, but because nobody knows where that fart is coming, you will be the one that fart here now. The smell will start from the next person or the next table, and it's you that have done it, and you know yourself that that's the way it works. You now enjoy it so much that that behavior is in you, that you continue to do it. Ìgbà mi sábà yà sọ lójú àgbo báyìí máa fẹ́ lè paint tèmi bá mi lálẹ́ ayé mi my life. You know, we need to stop all those things. That's bad behavior, bad behavior. Some men will fight like okay, let's move from farting. Let's move from farting. Gunshots. Oh gosh, okay. What causes student bad behavior? See, you're talking about farting and you did not answer you did not answer my question. What causes students bad behavior? Family or lack of family family or lack of family upbringing. Dysfunctional families, peer pressure, lack of respect for others. Now I'm talking now about what causes students bad behavior. And you know, when we have children at home that are about to go to uni or about to go to school, right? And we're not teaching them right from home. This is, I'm talking now about lack of respect for elders. And there's no way that we'll go to school and not disrespect the teachers or the lecturers. You know, that behavior, you've created it in them already, of not teaching them to respect the others. And that behavior is in them. We have some parents that encourage their own children, especially Nigerian students, not anybody lands it over the school, you know, things like that. It's just bad. Because you have that bad attitude and bad behavior towards others. You shouldn't, you know, make your children take it from you. It's bad. And okay, lack of respect from those in authority, you see, like I said, towards the students. There are many factors that are against the youth of today. Many are looked down upon and told that they are no good and will never belong. You know, sometimes what we say to our children sometimes do give them bad behaviors. When you tell your child that, you know, you know, like, you know, is of no good. You can never belong to anything. You don't know your book. You don't know this. You don't know that. That children will start having a bad behavior. Start having you know, things that you shouldn't be thinking about. When this happens, there are others that will come alongside and give them a place to belong. You know, gangs are filled with youth that need to belong because either the family has not given them any attention. You can see where your own bad behavior is leading and causing your own children to, you know, to have bad behavior at school or uni. Right? And the youth of today is the future of any country, wherever they are. The youth of today, they are the future of any country. They are, you don't know what they may become tomorrow. You don't know, you know, where they could go tomorrow, where life is leading them. So they are the future. It's only in Nigeria, I'm sorry to come into this, it's only in Nigeria that we don't see the youth, the children as the future, because the other one in Nigeria, they are the future of themselves and the future of Nigeria. That's the only country that I've seen that their own future is in the hand of the elders. When 53, that's bad behavior. That's pure. Nigeria is a big example of bad behavior in every area. Sorry to use that, but otito orokoro. Don't give up on them. Never give up on your children. Because when you do, these are the things that causes students to have bad behavior. When your own bad behavior affects your children, it affects them at the school as well. Everyone needs to belong and be loved. If you have a bad behavior to yourself, not loving yourself, do not pass it to your own children. This can affect their education. If you don't show them this, then someone else will take a stand. This is what causes bad behavior, and this is, when you have a bad behavior towards your children, they end up having a bad behavior at school. Alone, you just become through the bad behavior. They will join a gang, they will join a bad group, they will join I don't care. When the lecturer or the teacher already tagged them as a bad person, so what is left of them? Nothing. Okay, then I'm gonna go into games and things now. Have violent video games bad for kids of from 12, even lower age, Papa? Do they affect their behavior? There's some things that our children watch. There's some games that they play. There's some movies that we let them watch. There's so many things that can cause bad behavior or affect our children to have bad behavior. Yes, they do affect behavior. Bad video, bad games, violent video, violent movie does affect our children. Truthful, when I was a kid myself, I know sometimes, when you're watching a kiss, I don't know how to explain it. When they're romancing, your mom is watching. That's bad behavior. Sometimes, as we adults, we do watch some movie that sometimes maybe we don't know that they're going to show. But maybe when if you're starting from the beginning, would have told you that adult rating or what do you call it, supervision, Abby, that you need to monitor who is watching and things like that. No, we know that the show, if we thought make love, thought kiss, if it's just gonna be one-off thing, talk of kiss, that's fine. But if it's going on for too long and you have kids next to you, it's either you forward it. When you tell them that Boju, move your face, that's when they're actually looking, I want to see what's going on. Even them, they'll tell you, mommy, here, that's nasty. It's a lie. If you continue to encourage your children to watch this thing, it's bad behavior. They will pick it up as well. Good evening, please, if you're just joining me, say hi, say hello to me so that I can recognize your presence. Today we're talking about bad behaviors, the kind of behaviors that we behave that our children can take from us. So we're talking about, we're joining the parents' behaviors to the children one, things that lead them to have bad behaviors themselves, like picking your nose, talking dirty, using the phone, things that we cannot control ourselves on. Hello, DJ. I cannot pronounce your that quote. Did I get it right? Hello, DJ. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining. God bless you. Let me say, I'm not talking about farting anymore, because that farting we could take. That farting section is a whole program to itself. So maybe I'm going to come back about farting. I think people are interested in this farting. God did not build fat house. Yes, God did not build a fat house, but it's a bad behavior to continue to fart where people are. If you want to fart, excuse yourself. If you are in the car, just announce gently and say, window down. Because sometimes there's some farts that can cause accidents. Àwọn farts burúkú tí kò dá tẹ́ pé tí ọba gbóòórùn lásán lè collapse. So please, that one is bad behavior. When you cannot control your fart, it's bad behavior. I've given an example of somebody that can fart from morning to morning. So if you cannot control your fart, that anywhere, everywhere, even in the house of God, you'll be farting like they're waiting you eat. You shop beans at any money. Please, yo. See, now I've lost control of where I was. Bad behavior. Okay, let me go back. Where was I? Yeah, violent video games. Yes, I've said that. And there's some TV, there's some soap that we watch or movie we watch that has sexual scene in it. That some of us as a parents, we always say when you're in Rome, you behave like Rome. Sometimes Oyinbo don't give a damn when they're kissing their woman. Even Oyinbo will be kissing their partner right in front of them children. But we don't do that because we know it's a bad behavior. Because our children can When he sees all those things in telly, then we start going to the school. I know. Because they saw it from you, from your own bad behavior of not controlling that situation. Now that small child have picked it from you and start doing the same thing. So if your child is playing a violent video games or watching bad TV, make them stop, because if we stop putting violence in kids' heads, they might have better behavior at school and long term. It might help us to leave it a better non-violent world. So please, sometimes, we have, if you thought we as a parent, sometimes we like watching, we all have different movies that we like watching. Some like gangs, whatever it is, violence, nothing. That child might be thinking it's good, it's right for them to be carrying gun and start shooting. It's bad behavior. It is. We need, when we're around our children, we need to learn, we need to know what to watch and what not to watch, what to say and what not to say, what behavior we should behave and the one we shouldn't be behaving. So this kind of thing, we need to put it into consideration. Should you smack your children for bad behavior? Here, I'm not the one that says it. It says it's a matter of opinion. But personally, I think that you shouldn't. It doesn't teach them anything, and they become scared of you or to come and talk to you. Remember when we're in school, especially people at schools back home, they used to beat us for whenever we do bad things, or even with our own bad behavior at school, they used to beat us. Some of us were even used to, you will continue that behavior, and they will still be beating you, but that beating is just, you're too used to it that it doesn't stop you from behaving badly. Because it's just the same thing as a parent. When you're beating your child for something, and that child is not changing, that for that behavior you're beating your child for, he or she is not changing, because all she knows is mommy will just beat me. That doesn't stop me from behaving the way I'm behaving, and I keep on doing it and doing it and doing it. If you're a good parent, you should know how to discipline your child without beating them. So what are the causes of bad behavior? I'm asking. It's nearly 9 o'clock, but I'm going to stay a little bit, like 15 minutes more, 10 minutes more. What are the causes of bad behavior? Kiloman for bad behavior. Violent games, like I've said. TV shows can cause bad behavior. Influence from other people can cause bad behavior. Sometimes our children tend to copy the friends at school. Some it's just like crying baby. Some, should I call them toddler? Some of them cries a lot, and some of them don't cry. And the ones that don't cry, when they see that the other one is crying and they get biscuits or they get something, they get cuddles, they will start crying as well. Not knowing this is so bad. It's bad behavior. Things like that. Does bad behavior affect children's learning? I'm gonna pause and let people. I know you're still watching me. Please, I want you to answer this. Does bad behavior affect children's learning? This is for all parents. Does bad behavior affect children's learning? I know I'm a bit ahead of you because the way social media or media interference work. What's that English we used to say? What's that police English again? Transferring, whatever it is. Okay, and I'm going to answer this before you do. Yes, it does. Does bad behavior affect children's learning? It does, in every way. Sometimes we women and we parents as well, because of our bad behavior, sometimes we get so upset that even our children's homework or paper we just rip it off. Even if when they're not doing their homework very well, you get so upset, which is bad behavior. And you just fire. It does. Yes, because it affects children learning, so they do not know a lot more about the topic. that they are studying in class. Sometimes our own personal home behavior as mommy and daddy, our behavior at home does affect our children's learning at school, because sometimes they cannot concentrate due to our own bad behavior at home that is affecting them at school. But we don't see it like that our own behavior is affecting our children. I'm going to put up some points about when you can't control your bad behavior. When can't you control your bad behavior? What causes it? Me, I would say Igbo. You cannot control your behavior because you are not in your right sense. Abby? First, you shouldn't think what you are going to say before you say it. Second, think what you are going to do before you do it. These are the ways that you can control this, these are the way to control. I've stated some, I've just said before, how you cannot control it, because if you're somebody that all you do is smoke or drink, or they not you or they control, but these are the ways that you can control. Think what you are going to do before you do it. Like when I first says when we pick our nose, before you do it, especially drivers, you get carried away in everything. Drivers also has the most bad behavior while driving: swearing, cursing, driving bad, speeding, using the phone, not concentrating. All this is bad behavior, and you have a chance of killing someone. Serial killer, if you are doing it every time. Okay, third, if you know you are about to say something that always gets you in trouble, don't say it. Some of us, our mouth, we don't know when to zip, we don't know where to full stop. That is bad behavior, and this is one of the behavior that kills in Nigeria. When somebody cannot menumo on fine, it's bad behavior when you don't know when to stop. Don't disrespect your parents. This is for the youth, the children out there. It's bad behavior when you disrespect your parents, your big brothers, your big sisters, your teachers, and your elders. Talk respectfully. Ignore it when someone says things that annoys you. This what I'm saying now is how to control bad behavior. I'm coming to an end. This is how to control. Be kind to everyone, even if they were mean to you. Be kind to everyone. I know my boss is very kind, though. Even sometimes I'm mean to him, I must say, but he's still kind to me. He has no choice anyway. That one I can refer that one to him. If you get punishment, I'm talking about kids now. Like, if you get punishments, try to think of your behavior, why you did, rather than you. We have some kids that they talk back on their parents when they get punishments. So think about your actions first, of your behavior, before you react. That way you'll be able to control your behavior. And one thing is, don't think that you are the best person in the world, because that's not true, and it's true, it's not true. But we can only say to ourselves, I am the best. We all say it. But when you are saying you are the best, someone else is the best somewhere. And sometimes for you youths out there, when you get upset in your classroom, gently ask if you can leave the room so that you can calm yourself down. This is like being stopped by the police, as we all know what's going on around us in this country. And so some kids, even they said it's racist when a black person is being stopped. But sometimes the police are doing their work. It depends on the attitude and the bad behavior you give them that will determine how they treat you. So being aggressive is bad behavior. When they ask you a question and I'm not answering you, it's bad behavior. Can I search your bag? And say, no, you cannot search my bag. It's bad behavior. But when you do something smoothly and nicely, you obey, everything will work out fine. If you have any question you want to ask me, please do so, please do so, do so. What triggers bad behavior in mothers that cause them to abuse their children? This one is big. What triggers bad behaviors in mothers that causes them to abuse their children? We've talked a little bit about it, but in another way. Just like somebody says, some mothers will be cursing their fathers, their baby fathers, English, their baby fathers, that's one of the things that can trigger bad behaviors in mothers, that cause maybe that child is doing something bad, or sometimes when that child resembles the father too much and the father has run away, and every time that mother looks at the child, that's how she things like that. A lot of our behaviors comes from the way in which we grew up with our parents. That is yes. Look back into past for information on how your parents grew up and compare the behavior. But then again, if you say we should look back, remember, back in the days is different from now. In today's world, we have a lot of information about abuse, and it's talked about a lot of more openly. A lot of behaviors back then were not considered abusive. Yes, just like I said, you cannot compare back then to now. Hey, somebody know what everything. But nowadays in social media, if you beat any child and there's one mark, you are in trouble. I have my mentor online, my beautiful, I don't even know how she's doing it. Sometimes I don't even want to look at her program. When I see her at the back, that screen at the back will show me, hey, Kickeh, mommy over 40, and you there. Hey. Welcome, Auntie Daisy Adishefini, the only one entertainment. She entertainer of entertainment with swag. Good evening, man. Today we're talking about bad behavior, the behaviors that we as parents, that we do, that our children takes from us, things that we do publicly, we do knowing and unknowing, picking your nose, farting, talking anyhow, picking your children from school, being on the phone, things like that. Watching sex film in front of your children, things like that. So how do we treat bad behavior in our children? I'm coming now to the end. I did say 10 more minutes. So how do we treat this? How do we encourage our children bad behavior? How do we limit it? How do we advise them? What are the things that we will do? I know some parents will say we should stop them. But how can we stop them when you are not stopping yourself first? Sometimes to curb our children's behavior, the bad behavior, we need to stop fast. We need to lay a good example. I've said it from the beginning. When you're going to school to pick your kids, don't stay on the phone. You'll be walking towards the teacher and you're not even concentrating on anything that is going on around you. You just grab your child, boom, you're home, you're going. That child, mommy, you're not listening, you're on the phone. You won't be saying, if you be like, I'm on the phone. Things like that. It's bad behavior. We need to be mindful of what we do around our children. Picking your nose, the children always do this. And it's by what they are seeing us doing. Watching telly to the next day as parents, the kid thinks it's cool as well. You have some children telling you when you say go to bed, they say, mommy, you too, you're not sleeping now. There's some behaviors that we need to change ourselves. And that way, like when they mention some women, but some men does it as well, that don't bath for 5 days. Your kids will be seeing you not bathing for 5 days, 2 days. They think it's fine, Oyibo way. And then we get used to it as well. Bathing, it doesn't matter. Brushing your teeth, it doesn't matter. Small things. Sometimes We procrastinate. Procrastinating as well is bad behavior. You know, avoiding things, you don't do things on time, things like that is bad behavior. So mummies, daddies, uncles, aunties, sisters, everybody on board, today was about bad behaviors. And for us to limit and to stop bad behaviors, it has to start from us. And you know, it's dedication and determination, as one of our uncle, I've said, thank you, Auntie Daisy, I've mentioned, it's determination. If there's something, if there's a behavior that you have and you know that is not good, you need to stop. But you need to be able to tell yourself, I am stopping. And we're not doing it for ourselves. We're doing it for our children as well. Because when you are, you know, what happens with you, you don't want it to repeat with your own children. And all this is around our behavior, either good or bad. When you do good, your children will follow that good you're doing. When you're doing bad, your children will do the same thing. So please let us just have, after this show, if you're still watching, just take 5 minutes and sit down. What are the things that I'm doing that is not right, that is not good? Do I go on the Facebook? You know, some people don't have job on Facebook. Some of us, like I am a social media person. Nobu can be social media person. But some people don't even have anything. They don't have anything that don't follow. They don't have anything to pick on social media. But they will be on that social media from morning to the next morning. Just commenting everywhere. Happy birthday. Yes, good talk. Yes, it is true. Oh, I love your picture. Hello, princess. Hello, Kickeh. It's bad behavior. When you don't know when to stop, it's bad behavior. Your children are watching. I'll leave you tonight to think about it. What are the things that you're doing that is not good? Do you talk too much? Do you steal? Do you do agberi, fornication? Abishemoba? They're all bad. Do you eat too much? Do you drink too much? You eat too much? You talk anyhow? You don't have respect? You know, all these things are bad behavior. And we need to stop because we want our children to stop. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And please do tune in next week Friday again at 7:30. And Noble People TV, we are on from Monday to Sunday. We are on Monday to Sunday. And we are actually recruiting at the moment. If you want to be a motivational speaker, we are training at the moment and our prices are not much. They are not big. Try us, call us, we'll give you training. If you're the kind of person that you get shy, you cannot talk in front of people, and you know you want to be able to stand in front of a meeting or in front of a crowd to say something. I'm not talking about the MC job now. This is just empowering you to improve yourself. And we're not charging much for this. It's just a short training that you will come to the office. It's in-house. You know, we'll train you, we'll let you come on board on social media, or if you want to go on YouTube, we'll put you on it at low cost. So please do patronize us, do share our program, do watch us. We have a program tomorrow. So good night, have a lovely night. This is Kickeh Diamond once again. Noble Police, please join Noble People TV. Thank you so much. Good night.
Bá asán lè fihàn ìrànlọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run pẹ̀lú ènìyàn ìyẹn lọ́lọ́run fi fadùn sáyé wa kẹ́ bá wà mí lẹ́gbẹ́.
Ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, ẹ bá wa jó, ẹ bá wa yọ̀, Ọlọ́run ti fadùn sáyé wa, ẹ bá wa yọ̀.
Báyọ̀ Adéàga aláṣẹ Noble People, Báyọ̀ Adéàga aláṣẹ Noble Magazine, ènìyàn hàn ṣèbí tẹ́lẹ̀gàn lójú, Ọlọ́run ti gbé ẹlẹ́gẹ̀ẹ́ amọ̀nìṣe ni. Ọ̀tá ilé ọ̀tá òde wọn ti lọ sẹ́ńpẹ́ àní Ọlọ́run ló fadùn sáyé rẹ̀ kó sábà mi.